Hi everyone and welcome to Black Anchor Outdoors. I'm Dave Bean.
And I'm Kane Christensen. This is our first instalment of Black Anchors Outdoors. Hope you come along for the ride.
Right, so the first thing we're uploading to this channel will be a review. We actually both got this same knife, and the reason why we both got the exact same model was to both be able to test it.
Yep.
Our own testing too, you know, like everyone's different size. We're both bigger fellas, but you know, everyone is different size, different hand size. So yeah, this is why we got this knife. Do you want to explain what knife it is?
This is the Schrade SCHF 51M. M stands for micarta. Micarta handles here. It's the little brother to the old SCHF 37, which again we both love. It's well used, as you can see that. One of my all-time favourite knives. And we just wanted to try the little brother to this one. It's the newer one. There's a few different things that Schrade have changed on the knife, which we'll go into some detail about as well.
So yeah, we both went with the micarta handles. I will put up a description on here of what micarta is, but basically it's a canvas that's injected. Super hard, super grippy. I've loved the micarta. How about yourself?
I didn't think I was going to like it. Going off all the pictures, I really do like the rubberized handles on most of my other knives, but actually after getting it and using it, I haven't used this one as much as Dave has. It's a newer addition for me, but
mine's filthy.
Yeah, I do like it. It is actually very comfortable. It's surprising. I didn't think I would like it as much as I do. I'm not sure if I'm totally going to swap over from all my knives from rubber, but yeah, it is actually a good knife, and it's definitely very grippy with or without gloves.
So I got mine just probably a couple of weeks before you.
Yep.
So I did it as my primary knife. Just my other primary knife was the 37. So I did it as a primary just to see what the difference was, just to see if I liked it. So every time I've been out in the bush the last maybe 6 weeks now, this knife's gone with me. So hence why it's filthy, and mine's a bit dinged up, but we got into mine today with the workshop, which we will do a product review on at a later date. I've loved it, absolutely loved it. Good, not a massive chopper, but still pretty good, I think.
It definitely will do the job chopping. If this was your primary knife and you didn't have a machete or a big chopper, it definitely will chop. No worries about that. Maybe takes a little bit more effort than the SCHF 37 or one of the bigger blade knives with a bit more weight, but it's definitely not a small blade by any way, shape or form. It's very thick, full tang, and yeah, it does have some heft to it, so it does chop no problem. But again, the Schrade quality on these new knives, it's right up there, isn't it, as far as sharpness goes and retaining the edges, feather sticking, things like that. They really do work well, and yeah, we'll get into that, and we'll show you different techniques we're doing, and we'll give it a full run through. As we said, mine's a bit newer. Last time we went out I had an injured hand, so I couldn't really give it a good chop. This time I'll be
not from knife use either.
No, I'll be really keen to give this one a good test today. We like to give them a bit of hard use, just to know they are going to stick up. Both of us, you know, we're not millionaires, as we say. We do have families, so anything that we do use, we want to make sure that it is quality, If we're telling you about it, we'll say if it is quality, pros and cons if we do find things that we do or don't like about things we use. But we just want to make sure it's something that's going to last us a long time, because we don't have all the money in the world to be buying brand new ones all the time. So that's why we want to make sure they are quality. So we will give it a good test out today, that's for sure.
All right, so getting into the specs and the nitty gritty of this knife, the schf 51M. It's 1095 high carbon steel. I think we've both become a fan of 1095. Yep, it's just, you just can't kill it. It's such a good steel. I'd sharpen mine, and the way you're not meant to on the little crappy sharpeners, but we've only just got ourselves a work sharp. Redone mine now, and it's come up awesome. Yeah,
it holds the edge. I'm very surprised. Like my 37, which is also 1095 high carbon, it's retained the edge for a lot longer than I expected, and a lot longer than other knives I have owned. And it's as Dave said, it's pretty much an unbreakable knife. You can give them a hard time, and they're going to handle it.
Which is what we aimed for. Like, we don't want a knife that's delicate, is this amazing steel that we're going to break. And us, as we've explained, having families, we can't just replace a $300 knife because we've batoned with it and it's broken because the steel is so hard that it's cracked from doing that. So that's why we like the 1095.
All right, I'll just go into a bit of blade specifications now. It's 5.6 mil thick, which is actually fairly decent blade. It's full tang the whole way through, as you can see that. It's 27.5 centimeters overall, the whole length. It's 12.83 centimeters blade length, and it's just over 15 centimeters for the handle.
All right, so we're going to get into a bit of what they have changed. They released the 37 and the 36, and then people loved them, but there was a few complaints that they've redesigned to suit what people wanted.
Yep. They listened to what people were after in the knife, what they didn't like, and they have improved it with the new ones. Definitely, they have quite a bit, especially this coating. I don't know if you can get a good look at that on the coating. It was very rough. It felt like sandpaper, didn't it?
Yeah, when we first got it.
Yeah, it was very, very rough. Very still like up here where it doesn't get a lot of use. It's like sandpaper. It's very rough, thick, but it was coming off, flaking off a bit after even the first day of use. Just a bit of chopping, things like that. Little bits were coming off, and now the new blades there, the coating on it is
it's like a Teflon coating. I think they call it.
It's a lot better.
So much better. It's still coming off a little bit. Mine's come off a bit where I'm striking the ferro rod, which leads me to the next bit as well, the 90-degree spine. It's really good on this. It's really sharp. I think it's a bit sharper than on the 37 and the 36s. Yep. But yeah, back down to the handle. So the bottom of the handle is really where they've made massive difference. They've really made a hook, which I really like the changes. You don't like it so much, do you?
I'm still getting used to it, put it that way. I love this knife, so I am getting used to the new handles. But I did feel like with using the old knives, every now when you're giving it a big chop, that it did feel, it's a little bit thinner too, the handles. If you put them up next to each other, it's definitely thinner. And with the big hands, sometimes when you were giving it a big chop, hence the lanyard, giving it a big chop, it did feel like it was creeping forward a little bit, not a whole lot, but just a little bit like that. Where the new ones with the hooks, you seem to, they do really hold on really well in your hand. The jimping's changed as well on the new knife compared to the old one. This is some pretty severe jimping on the back here. I didn't have too many problems. We usually use gloves a lot of the time when chopping anyway. But down here as well in the fingers, it's pretty rough. It might be good for scraping bark or something, but it's pretty rough, the new ones.
Yeah, the new one, especially the micarta over the TPE, from what I've been reading.
Yep.
The micarta fit and finish on this is really good. So it actually recesses this jimping into the micarta, which I really like, especially on this size knife. I think with going to that blade length, so what we were going from a 5 to a 7.
Yeah.
So you've got 2 inches extra on that, which I'll put up the size for Australian. But I think having that jimping recessed on this smaller knife is good. I still kind of like it on the bigger one.
Yeah, I don't have too much of a problem.
We know, as Kane says, we're usually wearing gloves anyway.
This is one thing I was looking at doing with the knife too, is you can take the handles off and thinking of even maybe stripping them back one day and polishing them up. So that might be something in the future, but at the moment the coating's holding up really well.
Woke up about 2 in the afternoon, still drunk from the night before. Heard a shotgun blast, but it was only...
So it roughly comes in at about $70. I will put the exact price up on the screen. Now, we've both bought knives from an Australian website, which I'm pretty sure they just import a lot of their stuff from the States anyway. So a lot of them are American knives. American knives, we do love their knives. So it's called Cutting Edge Knives is where they're from. Both of us have bought from there and both love it.
They're pretty reasonably priced. When you do shop around and look online, you can find a lot of different places have them. They might be cheaper, but then you're paying more for postage. The postage is too bad at Cutting Edge, especially if you get more than one knife or anything at one time. They do combine shipping, but they seem to be the most cheapest we've found in Australia.
Alright, so we've gone out and been using these knives and film for you guys what they can do and what we like about them. So we're going to do a price recap now. So I'll put up the price again and the size. So now we're going to get on to upsides and downsides of the knife. Myself, I'm pretty happy with the knife. My downside would be the sheath. I just think at coming in at a $70 knife, you've got $70 worth of knife. So I pretty much think the sheath is just a free thing to get you to the next level when you can afford another sheath. The actual knife, I'm loving. This micarta seems to get a bit dirty. To me, that doesn't really matter, but to some people it will. So for me, I'm really happy with the knife.
The sharpener has a little sharpener inside, little diamond sharpener. It's good. Throw it in your bag. Doesn't take up a lot of weight.
It's not too bad.
Another thing, not that you're really going to be using this too much as a hunting knife, but if you are a hunter and you're going to be carrying these things, that I notice walking along, pretty noisy. There's a bit of play in there. Not enough to fall down. I don't know if I'd wear this upwards. It is there, but you know, after a long hike, that might come down or something. Definitely belt, carry, let gravity do its job. But that noise, if you're going to be running around, it doesn't really annoy anyone that much. I guess I'm not worried about it, but if you are a hunter, I know silence is everything, so that could be a problem there. It has got lanyard holes down the bottom for the leg rope. The leg rope stuff that came on it was pretty average, nothing
Too short
special.
for my legs.
Too short for my legs too. Just a bit of paracord through there if you're going to do that is fine. But yeah, it's pretty cheap, but you're paying for the knife. You get what you get. We're going to do some Kydex sheaths for these up as well. We like to do a bit of Kydex work on different things, so we're going to make some Kydex up for these. And again, little ferro rod that's in it. It does the job.
I actually really like the Schrade ferro rods.
They're 3-inch ferro rods. It's 5 inches or something like that all up, but the 3-inch ferro rod, I tie mine to it so I don't lose it. It comes with a little striker in there, but it's pretty redundant
not much good,
with the knife blade anyway.
That's why you have the 90-degree spine.
Yeah, it does throw the sparks okay. But yeah, a little diamond sharpener. I've actually, on my 37, I've taken the sharpener out and I throw in a little live fire in there and some tinder. So I've always got fire.
So talking about the sheaths again leads to our next part. Now carrying just this knife, I probably wouldn't just carry this knife. I would put a companion blade with it. We both love the Mora knives as companions.
Great little knives.
They're pretty cheap. We got ours for really cheap, but that's because it was a sellout.
Yeah.
But strapping them to these knives, the other thing I take is a saw, which we will review a couple of saws in the next couple of videos. But so carrying this with a saw and a little companion knife is quite a good little setup for hiking and bushcraft. Alrighty, we hope you guys have liked what we've done. Feel free to let us know if you any thoughts of what changes we can do, that kind of thing.
Comments if you've used the knives you've experienced, let us know what your thoughts are on them. Things that you like, let everyone know. Things you dislike, again, let everyone know. Some things you might see that we haven't encountered yet, so we want to hear what you think about the knives. They are great little knives, but yeah.
So just remember, guys, to just below us here should be a subscribe button. Please click that. There is a like as well. And thanks for watching from Black Anchor Outdoors. We'll see you guys soon.
Thank you.